Jesse TV, changing lives.
I know I mess up all the time. I'll never be perfect for you. No. Believe and pray, that's all I can right now. Crying for you, waiting for you to come set me free. Be with me, walk with me. Every day I'm pushing harder and harder. It's not working. Hear me one more time. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, be my friend all the time. Love forevermore.
Jesse TV.
All right. Hi TBT family once again. This is Morrison, and today I'm mesmerized to be reaching to you from the studios of JCTV. Thanks to the management and all the leaders at JCTV for understanding. And at JCTV we say changing lives. This is one way how we can change lives by teaching you and telling you the truth about what God wants each one of us, what He wants us to, how He wants us to live. And today, before I introduce the topic, I want to say something about one thing is do not miss out. Keep following us on our YouTube, subscribe, Truth Be Told Global Foundation, and on our Facebook page, Truth Be Told Global Foundation. Don't hesitate to like or tell your friends about that. And today we are asking ourselves, why help people? The key word is help, and the key word is people, and the key word is why. Why help people? In our vision statement is helping people to help people. And some people have been asking how, why? So we wanted to come to you live and say, this is what it means, and this is how we do it, so that people digest exactly what we do. So I want you to just lend me your attention, lend me your ears and your eyes today. We're going to dive deep into this. We derived this from the example of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ knew the secret of working with people, of empowering people, of making people believe in themselves. He valued people. I'll just bring in a story of the first four disciples, Andrew, James, John, and Peter. You know, these guys were fishermen. And one of the great things is that I do not know, but one of the things I'm grateful for is that he flipped their life careers into something incredible. They've exploded the world simply because when you read that story, you realize that Jesus Christ found them fishing. And what happened? He said, guys, follow me. And the Bible continues to say, immediately they followed him. Amazing. They left everything and followed him. To do what? To change the world. So we say helping people to help people. We know when you know the truth, we know when you know the right thing, you'll go ahead and live right and tell other people. Because when the people are okay, when the people are happy, when the people are fine, the world is fine. So our emphasis, our focus every day as truth be told is people. Now, You cannot have a person, you cannot have people without God. So God is at the center, and then people themselves. So we want whoever, whichever level, whichever age, whichever color, we want to focus on you. You who is watching, you who is going to watch sometime later on our Facebook, on our YouTube channel, we want to focus on you. Because we know when you improve, everything improves. In families, in organizations, in companies, in businesses, wherever. And our target is people. Where there are people, that's where we go. Because there are very many things that must improve for us to be better to live, happily to live, to actually discover why we are here. There's one question that usually challenges us whenever we're talking to people and we ask, why are you here? And why are you doing what you're doing? So whenever we ask this question, people find it like crazy, like, why am I doing this? Because of money, because maybe I need to provide, blah, 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 those kind of stuff. I want to change the narrative before. Why you do what you do. And a couple of questions that we'll ask, but I don't want your answers right now. So we ask, how happy are you at your job? At your workplaces, how happy are you? Are you happy? And then we're asking, how many people do feel happy whenever you're waking up and you're like, oh my God, today is another day. I'm gonna do it. Today is yet another day. I'm super excited. Oh, you're like, oh my goodness, this is another hell for me. I'm gonna go to work. Oh, you feel excited. How many leaders, how many employers find it so easy to blame it on the people they are working with? The people that are serving them, the people that they have employed. How many leaders feel happy, feel okay to blame, to criticize? The organization is not growing because of you. The organization, the company is not making money because of you. We always blame it only on our people. I want to say people are never the problem. The environment you create, a better environment for your people, they will give you the results you want. And what is the right job, by the way? And how can you actually have the right people on the job? And some of the questions that, how best can we actually do our jobs every day? And do we even do our best? At our workplaces, do we do our best? So wherever you are, and this does not only entail the job world of employees and employers, even students, even business people, whoever is alive today, we want to charge you that you're here for a reason. God did not create any person just. He created each one of you to complete something, to do something incredible, something amazing, something that we can look at and say, yes, surely God can look at you and say, well done, and I'm pleased with you. So why TBT? Why, of all things, you should be part of TBT? Why TBT? Why does TBT help people to help people? Because we've seen many organizations. Yesterday I was reading a report about a report in Worldometer about people that die of hunger. I was so shocked. People that give out food, thank you. People that give out aid, thank you. That's amazing. But we know the secret. It's not sustainable. But it's okay, it's good, because people need food, people need aid. Yes, that's fine. We want to go beyond that. They can learn a skill, they can have knowledge, they can have the gist of beginning something on themselves, on their own. So TBT looks at key sects of a human being. We realize, like Maxwell Jones, he says, everything falls and rises on leadership. And we realize that leadership in families, in businesses, in organizations, in companies, wherever you are. Leadership will always affect everything, whether we like it or not. Now, proper leadership, clear leadership, leadership that has the foundation, that derives its foundations from Jesus Christ, will always thrive. People will always thrive. It will not blame, it will not criticize, it will make people grow. It will make people, achieve. Leadership, we've seen one of our greatest leaders as Jesus. And there's no better leadership than that of Jesus Christ. So we want leaders that will identify with their people. That's what TBT does. Leadership, leaders that will identify and feel the same way we feel. They have walked the journey with us. They know what we go through. So in your companies, in your organization, we want leaders to actually communicate or speak to you or speak to us in the same language that we understand. Each day, every day, and we want leaders that will actually keep their word. Today you say this, tomorrow, are you still standing on that word? Oh, words can change depending whether it rains or it is shining. So we want leaders that will keep their word. We want leaders that will transform the society. A leader that will find things are not okay, will step out and try to do things beyond self. That's what leadership does. Jesus Christ was very comfortable until he realized that man could not save himself. He came, it was not comfortable. He stepped out in the mud. He stepped out in the chaos to see that you and me can be amazing. And people were asking, why of all people? Why do you even invite Matthew, the tax collector, a sinner of the sinners, to be your follower, your disciple? Why do you even associate with the unassociated, people that we cannot associate with? He identified with everyone. Leaders that will go down, that will humble themselves. Now, when leadership is at the peak, when leadership is okay, people will begin to flourish, people will begin to blossom, people will begin to sprout, we'll see change beginning, because we also believe that, what the body does, it is actually from what the head commands it to do. So everything starts from the head, and that's the leader. So we need leaders that will see beyond, leaders that will actually empower people, empowering. I'll talk about it in the course of the program. So leadership is key at TBT. We want to charge, we want to improve your leaders, we want based on Jesus' example. Because he's one of the great leaders. He empowered, and when he left, he said, it's better for me to leave. Because he knew he had walked with his disciples. One day in Matthew chapter 17, verse from 14 to 21, you realize that these guys were sent actually in the field to go and heal a demon-possessed boy. They tried it, it failed. And this man reports to Jesus, you see, the disciples you left here could not heal my son. And Jesus is telling them, you guys of little faith, how long shall I be with you? As long as you have that little faith as small as a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to do what? To move. He makes them believe that, you know what, I believe in you and I know you can do it. He goes ahead and say in verse 21, he tells them that all this cannot go without prayer and fasting. So he gives them the tools that when I am not here, this is what you should do. And he did not actually leave them as orphans. He left them with the Holy Spirit. He cares, a leader cares. Now want all over the world, wherever you are, in churches, in schools, in families, leadership will make people flourish. Now, I want to just out. You are a leader. You have employees. You are a family head. You are a head teacher. You are a company owner, an organization owner. You've had these people as your staff. People you lead. If they do not improve, if they don't become better, you are the one to blame. Now I know this is fire, right? If they do not grow, you are the one to blame. Because a leader must improve people. One other thing about if you're an employee, if you're under someone and you're not improving each day, find something to do. Okay, so leadership is one. Two, we realize that purpose, the word purpose, the meaning is very key. And we say purpose discovery should be a priority to each and every individual. Wherever you are, regardless of how old, we don't care. So purpose discovery should be a priority. Why you and me? Why are we here? That should be the question for each and everyone, regardless of how old or how young. Everyone must be here for a certain purpose. Have you found your purpose? Have you found yours? You must reach at a point and say, this one thing. There must be something you're living for. Martin Luther King said, if you can't find something to live for, then if you can't find something you can die for, then you don't have a right to live. You must find something that you're going to give all that you have. Finding purpose, actually, when I found mine, I became a little bit dangerous. A little bit, I was uncontainable because I know this is what I want to live for. And Miles Monroe says that the greatest tragedy is not poverty, it is living life without a purpose. Living each day as if you don't know the direction. Living each day like no matter what happens. We're working on a book and there's a chapter where you'll find some intriguing, provoking stuff. We are beginning to live on people's assignments each day, and we cannot give our best because that's not ours. When you find your purpose, you give it all because that's what you are here for. So purpose is an incredible tool. Like you discover your purpose, you will have found your life. That's why TBT exists. And it doesn't matter how old. So we reach out to people and make sure that when they find the rhythm of life each day, they will begin to flourish. You will see people happy. You will see people living beyond the circumstances. They will be contented. Because majorly we focus on the things that we don't have, and we forget to take care of the things that we have. The things we have must take us to the things that we don't have. So we don't care about what we have, and we focus on the things that we don't have, which is actually not good. And, purpose is very key. Look at Jesus, because all our examples are derived from the example of Jesus. Jesus at 12, he knew why he was here. That's a very, very remarkable trait. He knew when you read Luke chapter 2, verse 49. And to cut the story short, this guy goes with the parents. And he reaches there and he disappears. 1, 2, 3 days. They come looking for him. This is the question he asked them. Did you know I had to be in my father's house? Literally, didn't you know this is where I belong? Didn't you know I was made for this? Didn't you know that this is part of me? This is my assignment. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Jesus Christ. Amazing. And like we should learn to live. I usually use this example of a guitar. It has strings, and those strings have chords. So each chord brings a rhythm, brings something that when you connect, when you play the guitar very well, it brings out the rhythm, it brings out the beat. So that's why the difference in you makes this world beautiful. We don't have to do everything. Why is so different? We have over 7 billion people. It's an incredible if we begin to do things differently. Each one of us has a different purpose. You can do it better than me. No, we don't have to compete with ourselves. No, we've got to compete. Actually, each one of us should compete with himself or herself. Compare yourself. How were you yesterday? How do you want to be tomorrow? So that should be the competition, not competing with your friend, because you are different. You are different. We're going to begin to compare, and we're going to mess ourselves up. So, truth be told, I want to help you find that purpose. Help you be that kind of a leader that will empower people, improve people, make people great, make people better. And of course, based on Jesus' examples. One of the things that we do at TBT, the other thing is vision casting. Vision casting. It is actually making visions stick in people's hearts. What do I mean? Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there's no vision, people perish. Some versions say, where there's no revelation, people cast off restraint. In other words, where there's no God's intervention in your life, man, things cannot work out. Things will never work out. Jeremiah 29:11, I alone knows the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans for your future hope. So he has an alignment. He has our future on the line. He knows. It should now to rise up and say, what is my vision? We have actually discovered, when you read that verse very well, you discover that some organizations, some companies are doing, we actually usually challenge people and say, they are doing, vision is part of what they do. Listen to that carefully. Vision is part of what they do, when it should be the only thing they do. Let me repeat that. Some organizations, companies, one of the things they do is vision, when it should be the only thing they do. I don't know whether you captured that. So vision should be all that you should do in a company, in organization. Because vision, even when the crisis hits, you always focus at the end. You always focus at the finish line. You always make sure that you strive towards the end. I was looking at the story of Jesus Christ being crucified. Before he was crucified, he was mocked, he was beaten, he was whipped. And I was looking at why all this? Because he wanted to accomplish the mission. I was looking at another example of Joseph. Joseph passed through a hard, crazy life. Like, first time he's thrown in the pit, he's now sold in the Egyptian country, he's now a slave, and he's now accused of raping Potiphar's wife. He's now in the prison at the end, because initially he was a dreamer. Vision is so powerful. It makes people live and settle. You cannot settle. And vision is not about how big or how much money you have. It's how big God is. Every day must work on something that is so bigger than you, that's so profound in you, that you wake up every day and you don't have to feel like you're small. This is what you're created to do. So vision keeps you focused on why you are here. Wow. So when we get all this and we put the focus on what is happening, we realize that, institutions, what's the state of our institutions? And where our children spend much of our time. They spend much of their time in these institutions. And at the end, you find they're actually evaluated on the same evaluation method. And we're asking ourselves, actually we brought an example of when you bring an elephant and a bird that flies, and you're like, an elephant and a bird, you guys, you should fly, all of you. How will an elephant manage? It cannot manage. Or you bring a fish and an elephant, and you're like, guys, you're gonna swim, and want to see the best swimmer. That's the kind of evaluation that happens in school. And at the end we say, guys, whoever has passed 90%, that one has passed. Whoever fails, man, it does not determine failure. So we want our institutions also to find a way of making sure that they introduce things that are relevant, that improves the person, that improves a human being, from their spiritual mindset to the mental strength to everything. Education should actually solve the current problems and even the future problems. So we don't want people to do things with a mediocre in a mediocrity way. We want people to begin respecting time. We want people to begin to value relationships. We want to challenge the status quo. If you've been doing things the same old way, it's not gonna work. Albert Einstein says it is insane to keep on doing same things expecting different results. That's something incredible. We don't want to keep on doing same thing. Every individual must find his rhythm, because that's why we're here. Find your rhythm. There are very many opportunities out there. Until you find that rhythm, until you find that purpose, until you find that vision, every day in life will begin to actually open up. Ways will begin to open up. Opportunities will begin to show up. Our focus is on people, improving people to become happy. People begin to fulfill their God-given purpose. And by knowing our Creator, by knowing God, by knowing that He is a provider, by knowing that He has our plan, by knowing that He is the one we can depend on, by knowing that He has got it all for us, life must be lived every day as if that's the only day that we have. Living each day, maximally giving it 120. At TBT we believe that 120 should be the maximum. So when you give your 100% every day, now life begins to shape up. Life begins to flip aside. And we have a saying that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So every detail of your life, it begins from the way you smile at people, the way you greet people, the way your sitting posture, the way you even think before you say a word. Because a human being must be all through amazing. The way you talk, the way you eat, the way you see, the way you greet people, the way you smile. That's the world we want to create. Now, when we reach in your organizations or in your companies, we want people to, we begin with something that is incredible, something that attaches everyone, every individual. This is not politics, it's about living life and living life to the fullest. So as I conclude, I want to just say thank you so much, and we are here to help people. If you learn something, don't sit with it, don't keep it around, spread it, and you can actually reach to us on our website www.tbtug.org. jessitv.com. You'll find actually in the right corner up there updates. You can read everything that is concerning about the world and how people are living and everything. We thank you so much. We're so grateful that you're part of this, and may God richly bless you.
Jesse TV, changing lives.